I am now live, it says. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, midday on Sunday for me. Maybe it's Sunday morning for some people. Happy Sunday, y'all. Hope y'all are doing good. Hello, happy Sunday. I wonder if people are even like, what are y'all doing on a Sunday? You know? I feel like as we become adults, I feel like there's less fun on weekends. You feel me? Less fun on weekends. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, so this is if anyone's chilling right now, turn off sports, turn off TV, turn off whatever. We're going to start learning about the body right now. Okay? All right, good. If y'all are chilling, we might as well learn. We might as well start learning. Okay? So put away your stuff, dedicate some time. I think I'm going to do 40 minutes right now. So, oh yeah, prop me up if you're doing dishes, if you're cleaning, prop me up, listen to what I'm saying. All right, if y'all have questions, as always, feel free to put them in the chat or the question box. Hopefully I'll get to them when they're somewhere, So yeah, feel free. Today on my stories, I'm recording what I'm eating. So I'm still on the green smoothie that I started about 45 minutes ago. Still on the green smoothie. I've had almost a gallon of smoothie today. Okay, so far. I've eaten 2 bananas, I've had herbal tea, and I've been taking my herbs. Now, I have a little shot glass that I take my herbs in, and this is like a pitch black concoction of herbal tinctures, because I was sick and tired of taking my individual herbal tinctures, so I decided to put them all together. And I have this, if I drank this right now, I would be blackout drunk, probably. Okay? So I'm gonna take my herbs right now on live. Whew! Okay, guys. Now, herbs are made with alcohol. Herbal tinctures are definitely made with alcohol. However, people always ask, does this affect the liver? Does this affect the liver? Truly, it's a small amount. So it really goes straight to your bloodstream. Barely crosses through your liver. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. Okay, y'all. Still for me. This is a shot. And that's alcohol, it's made with alcohol. So whew. That shot, it's a little intense. However, this has almost everything every system my body needs support has an herbal tincture in this massive concoction. So super, super exciting. I'm kind of back on my shit with herbal protocols. when I was home just now doing all these events, I was eating out at my favorite plant-based spot in Boston. I was out and about. So now I'm back on a detox pretty much. Back on it, guys. Got to clear out my lymph from this chemo. It's still purging out my skin. I know y'all are oh, your skin looks so good. It's nah. Still, I see plenty. You feel me? It's better, definitely. And it's healing. I do not look like I used to. Y'all see my reels and my lives and everything from even months ago. It's I don't have any of that anymore. But still, the fact that I have things purging out my skin tells me that my lymphatic system is still backed up. My liver is still bogged down. I had chemo 2 years ago, which is the most toxic substance you could put on your body. And it's actively been taking 2 years, and I'm still going, trying to kick it out. So, hey, Lexi. Hey. Hope all is well. Hope you're loving the wheatgrass. The wheatgrass life. So, my herbs have settled into my body. the burn went away. Hey everybody, hey. Usually we don't take herbs, and I confirm this with my mentor / teacher / colleague now, Haley, because we combine forces on a group program and take on clients together. So y'all have 2 practitioners on your single case. That's a game changer. Anyways, she confirmed for me today that technically you do not want to take herbs with food. And I've explained to my clients, like, if you're still having cooked food, if you're having like higher fat sources, you do not want to be taking herbs near those types of foods. And by herbs, I'm talking about herbal tinctures. You could totally take tea at any time of day. Drink tea all you want. Replace your water source as tea. But herbal tinctures, you technically don't want to take them with food, but if you know your stomach is sensitive, if you know you get a little drunk on the alcohol, a little bit too much, then you can totally have food. I would say like fruits and greens and things like that. Obviously not super dense in fat. But then you could totally, like, I had a smoothie, and now I took those herbs. This gives my stomach a little bit of cushion to these crazy herbal tinctures. But technically, if you can handle it, you want herbs to hit an empty stomach. You definitely want herbs to hit an empty stomach. How did my clients respond? My clients think their herbs taste like shit. I also think the herbs taste like shit because they're so strong and they're so bitter. But they're so healing and so nourishing. They're so healing and nourishing. So, yeah. It's okay if stuff tastes like shit. I'll always say this. It's okay if stuff tastes like shit. It's okay if things are unpleasant. It's okay because it's healing. I'm not someone who's very picky. I'm not someone who cares too much about what things taste like. If it's medicine, I'll consume it. And medicine is fruits, greens, herbs, raw veg, tinctures, smoothies, juices. If it's medicine, I will happily consume it no matter what it tastes like. I don't care. So yeah, thank you so much for explaining this. So helpful. I'm glad it's helpful. Y'all, for real, get yourself some herbal teas ASAP. I have learned the lesson the hard way because in my experience, let me be real with y'all. So, I notice when I do not eat a high volume of food or consume high mineral things all the time, my body depletes fairly quickly. And my body, because I'm in constant fight or flight right now, because I'm like hustling and working and, you know, really like doing a lot of shit every day, my body has maintained a fight or flight. And in my whole life, my life has always been fight or flight. I've burnt myself out always. I've always worked like 4 jobs at a time. I've done college with 3 jobs in addition to that. Like I've always been in fight or flight, and I've always felt myself burning out all the time. Any of my family members will know that my cycle has been like, do too much, have no boundaries, say yes to everything, burn out, crash and burn, have to quit everything I'm doing to then never learn the lesson and start saying yes to everything with no boundaries and take on more responsibilities to then crash and burn again. It's like that's the continuous cycle. And my body's been in fight or flight for years and years and years chronically, to where now I definitely don't have this issue of like taking on so many commitments, but obviously now I run my own business, so it's new commitments in that way. But it's almost a residual fight or flight. When we've all been in fight or flight for so long, so chronically, our nervous system and our adrenal glands are shot. And what happens is our adrenal glands take priority. They're almost the second most important gland in the body. The most important gland of the body is the pituitary gland. The adrenal glands are the second most important because they secrete neurotransmitters, they secrete your cortisol. These are like fight or flight survival type hormones, okay? So, when your body's constantly in fight or flight, the adrenals take priority. The adrenals will burn through all the minerals you are consuming. All of them. So the rest of you does not have minerals to use because the adrenals take priority and are blowing through everything, left and right. So the adrenals take priority for all the minerals that you're consuming. Now, in my case, I've cleaned out my body. I actually absorb minerals and nutrients now, and I can plump myself back up off just plant foods because I'm absorbing. That's proof of absorption for me. However, I deplete quickly because I'm in a residual fight or flight state. So if I am not consuming high minerals daily, my body will deplete quickly because I have this residual fight or flight where my adrenal glands in particular are still blowing through everything. Blowing through it left and right. So if I go through a day where I'm lacking, I slip a little bit, I'm lacking, my body's going to feel that because my adrenals just are so guzzling minerals, literally gas guzzling minerals. Now, for all you guys who haven't even cleaned out your bodies yet, you're not even absorbing 100% of the minerals that you're consuming. So if you're not absorbing 100% of the minerals you're consuming, and you're in fight or flight constantly because you're working 4 jobs, you have 7 kids, you're stressed about this, you have just the life cycle that we're all dealing with, and you're in constant fight or flight, your adrenals are going to blow through every single thing that your body does absorb, which isn't even 100% of what you're consuming. And then on top of that, if your diet isn't even high in minerals because you're still consuming junk processed food, which is all synthetic, fake, fortified minerals, which the body doesn't even recognize as minerals, it recognizes as chemicals, and your diet is even lacking in minerals, you're not even absorbing the minerals from the diet lacking in minerals, and then the adrenals are blowing through the small amount of minerals that you're actually absorbing because you're in constant fight or flight, you have no minerals for the rest of the body. You have no minerals for the rest of your glands. Your glands require minerals to function. Your nervous system requires minerals to feel grounded. Every part of you requires minerals. Minerals conduct the electricity, the electrical flow through the body. The communication through the body is what minerals are responsible for. That was a long spiel. Oh my gosh, I need a drink of water. That was a very long spiel. So do you see how it's all connected? Do you see that chain of root cause I had to go through? Do you see how that all consecutively connects? It's all connected. Which is why if someone asks me, how do I clean out the body? Someone just asked. The answer is not a colon cleanse. The answer is not a liver cleanse. Because if I just articulated your life, every part of your life, right, connects. Every part of your body is connected. So one detox of one organ system is not going to deal with the root cause of the issue. Especially if you only cleanse, if you're only cleansing and you're never nourishing, that's a problem too. You can't only cleanse and never nourish. Both have to exist in the big umbrella of healing, this big umbrella concept of healing. Nourishing and cleansing both exist. I love you. Thank you. By the way, your hair is popping, girl. Thank you so much. You know, it's a little off today from what it's used to. It's a little bit frizzier because I haven't done it in a while. But you know, the curl pattern be there, right? Curl pattern is there. Your face is glowing. Thank you so much. I feel like I just scratched myself like here. But, you know, thank you so much. Living in survival mode is deadly. Absolutely. Truly, stress is the #1 killer. And I was talking about recently on one of my posts called How to Spot Signs of Depletion. One of the factors is white spots on your nails. Now, let me see if y'all can see my nails. So you see here and here. Those 2 nails have white spots on it. That one doesn't, this one doesn't, my thumb doesn't, but these 2 nails have spots on it, okay? Now, white spots on your nails occur from your body is depleting calcium, lack of minerals, your body's depleting calcium, pulling calcium, and high amounts of stress. Now, I didn't recognize that these white spots on your nails were so significantly related to stress until Haley, who's my doctor, right? Who's my doctor, until she's able to ground me back down. Because as a practitioner, right, I'm going through helping other people, help everybody get at my level. Imagine if all practitioners had nobody else to go to. Imagine if we had no one else to go to. That would not be a good time. Imagine if we had no one else looking at our own case. If we only had one set of eyes on our own case. Think about that. Versus when I work with clients, I have Haley. I work with Haley, who's my teacher, directly. 2 sets of eyes on your one case. I have my peers. I have my other mentors. I have colleagues that we all communicate with each other and bounce cases off each other. And you have multiple eyes on one case if you're working with a practitioner who's in a good network. You know? It's phenomenal. And the fact that me and Haley are combining forces and take on clients together, literally together. If I haven't seen something, she has 100% seen something. She's my doctor, essentially, when I have little things that I'm not remembering or little things that I need to be grounded back down into my body. Yeah, lack of zinc. Yeah, minerals. Minerals is what I generally say. I just say white spots, minerals. Calcium is a huge component of that. Zinc, huge component of that. But in order to address the mineral issue, you need to increase your minerals in your diet, and then you need to clear out your intestines in order to absorb the minerals you're consuming. And then, of course, we have a fight or flight state, which is all that energetic work. All of that energetic mental work to get your body out of fight or flight, so you're not as actually physically blowing through minerals because of this emotional stress, mental stress, which starts to physically manifest and affect the body. Healing is not just physical, y'all. And I know I work so in the physical realm. I'm like food and herbs and this and that. But truly, I have found the most amount of healing when I stopped freaking out over healing. That's when I found the most amount of healing. And truly, what's provided me that is working with other people and kind of seeing how everybody starts in this like desperate, scared, I need to heal, I need to do this, I need to heal as fast as possible, I'm dealing with this virus or this condition or this thing and I need to heal as fast as possible. Seeing that energy over and over and over and over again, which is the energy that I used to embody. I used to embody that energy. And then you know what kept me humble? What kept me humble and grounded is the fact that my skin is still purging every single day, purging chemotherapy out of my lymph and liver every single day, that my face still flares up, even though my diet is one of the most pristine things I've seen. It's the next most pristine thing under Haley. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gassing Haley up. I'm gassing Haley up today. I have to. I have to give credit where it's due. So if y'all want to come on as a client, me and Haley are taking clients now for the first time since January. If you hit me up in my DMs. We can send you an application form to work with us. Happily. So, I recognized I healed the most when I stopped freaking out about healing, because in no way, shape, or form has 3 months of healing completely, or 3 months of a detox completely kicked chemotherapy out of my body. In no way, shape, or form. I've been 2 years straight. Y'all saw, I posted a reel 2 days ago called Healthy Eating Didn't Heal My Autoimmune. The second I got chemo that second time, or not that second time, I should say, that was like the 9th time, but that was like the second round, okay? When I got chemo again, after I thought I would never need it again, because the organic chicken sausage and organic grass-fed beef and organic free-range eggs and sauteed veggies in avocado oil, coconut oil, or olive oil, and clean almond milks and clean peanut butters and nut butters and all those things, and sourdough breads, all of that stuff I was consuming when I first got my autoimmune disease. I started to eat healthy. I got off all sugar, all like chips and popcorn and candy and McDonald's and Burger Kings and all this stuff started to slowly transition off of, my diet ended up being healthier version of that, but I wasn't healing because I'm still consuming beef and eggs and bread and gluten and oats and sauteed veggies with oils and all those things. And then I needed chemo again 2 years later. After the first time I needed it 7 times in a row, 2 years later I needed it again because that healthy eating wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Now I've been on this current journey, slowly transitioning myself to this point. It probably took me 6 months to get myself fully in a detox diet, and then it's been a year and a half since that I've been fully in a detox life for a year and a half. And within that, I shouldn't say detox life, I should say healing life. Within that healing lifestyle, I have been periods of detoxing and nourishing. Detoxing and nourishing. I know when I pull out and I know when I dive back in. How do you know you're still purging chemo? I'm still purging chemo because I still have acne. Now, acne only came onto my body after chemotherapy. And acne is a direct sign that your lymphatic system and your liver are completely backed up and overburdened. And the nature of chemotherapy, which is a chemical, the nature of any Western medical treatment, any medication, any prescription, anything like that is a chemical that overburdens the liver. The liver has to process all of that and kick it into the lymph. But because for 20-something years of my life, I also was not eliminating efficiently. My kidneys weren't filtering, my colon wasn't filtering, I wasn't breathing deeply and allowing my body to breathe out toxins. 70% of toxins eliminated by the lungs, okay? I'm still purging chemo because I see symptoms manifesting on my skin, which means that the liver and the lymph are directly overburdened still. Because nothing I do now, I'm not taking in any toxins. So I know that I'm not taking in anything. That means that these symptoms are happening because stuff is purging. And stuff was purging like crazy. After I first got chemo, that acne was hectic. I don't know if y'all have seen the photos, but that acne was absolutely hectic. As soon as I had chemotherapy for the first time, my face blew up. Blew up. My lymphatic system blew up. I had swollen lymph nodes in my armpits all the time, swollen lymph nodes in my groin all the time, swollen lymph nodes right here all the time. Acne was crazy. My vision got blurry. All of these things are lymphatic waste accumulated in the body. And for me, it was a toxic Western medical drug that entered my body, stayed backed up in the lymph, and has been backed up in the lymph ever since. So, the fact that my acne has gotten so much better and my skin is so much better tells me that there's less chemo in my body now. There's less chemo in my lymph now. There's less of an overburden in my body now from 2 years ago when I got that last round of chemo, which is amazing progress. However, I know that I'm still purging chemo because this skin stuff is still purging. I have autoimmune problems and can't eat almost anything but veggies and meat. I have pretty bad psoriasis. Is that a sign I need to detox? Absolutely. Any skin condition is the lymphatic and the liver is accumulated and bogged down. You've never cleaned out your system. You've never cleaned out your lymph. It's trying to come out your skin. Autoimmune also. Autoimmune is just an accumulation of waste has backed up in the body so much where your body can't differentiate between itself and waste. That concept of body attacking itself is because your body is so accumulated with waste that it literally cannot differentiate between you and waste. Because you're so overburdened with waste. I don't even know where to start. That is what I'm here for. That is exactly what I'm here for. If you don't know where to start, my entire page, I had someone just comment recently. It was like, comment like 3 hours ago. I'm binging your content like Netflix. This is giving me so much hope. That's all I'm here for. Binge the content. There's a free guide linked in my bio, completely free guide on how to start transitioning your body into a detox diet. I'm not telling you to go overnight. You don't go overnight standard American. You don't go overnight into detoxing and fasting and juice cleansing. You don't do that overnight. All of the steps have to happen. There's a free guide. There's a 7-day course available for you there at a discount if you end up downloading the free guide. That is everything there for you. My entire Instagram page. I am telling you guys everything you need to know to literally get your body to the point where you are prepped for a full detox protocol. A full detox protocol includes your custom herbal concoction, which works to flush all the systems of your body that you require, which starts to nourish your specific vulnerable areas, which we can tell by your iris. All of this happens in a full detox protocol at the deepest level, but your body has to be prepared for that. You can't go into a full detox protocol after you're coming off of a standard diet. The transition has to happen. And everything that I'm giving you guys all the time is so you can embody that transition lifestyle for as long as you need to until you feel you're mentally ready to dive into a detox protocol. That's it. It's a mental game. That's all it is. Whenever you feel ready, start to be proactive on your body now, start to make moves, start to embody this knowledge, start to read through, kind of figure out how you can incorporate this stuff in your lifestyle. And then when you're mentally prepared to take it to the next level and actually address the root cause of your healing and fully clear things out, that's when you embark on a detox protocol. Once you start to feel better, do you keep detoxing forever? That's an amazing question. So the word feeling better is subjective. So for me, I'm going to keep living a healing lifestyle no matter what. I'm going to live that lifestyle till the end of time, a healing lifestyle. Within the healing lifestyle, there are periods of detoxing / cleansing. That's the same word. Detox and cleanse is the same word. And there are periods of nourishing and building. That's the same word as well, okay? So let's get the vocabulary out of the way. There's cleanse, detox, that's a synonym. There's nourish and build, that's a synonym, okay? So within healing, you have these two phases. You come in and out of cleansing. When you come out of cleansing, you work on building. When you go back into cleansing, and then you come out of cleansing, you work on building again. For me, the rest of my life is going to be a healing lifestyle, which includes periods of cleansing and building. I don't care if I don't have any symptoms left. I'm not going to go back eating junk. I'm not going to go back cooking with oil or using microwaves or doing those things. I'm not going to do that. Now, I don't embody the word vegan because, in my opinion, I can't say right now that I'm never going to eat meat again. I can't say that right now. For right now, though, as I'm trying to clear my skin and kick out chemo, I will not be eating meat right now. I will not be doing that. However, in 10 years from now, in 20 years from now, after I have babies, after who knows where I'm at, I have no clue what will happen. So I don't choose the word vegan. I say the word healing. I'm healing. And it just so happens the body cannot heal with animal products in it. Okay? Or I shouldn't say the body can't detox with animal products in it. Okay? Thank you. You explained it so well. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it. I really try hard. I definitely pride myself on one thing, of many things, but one thing. Everybody always tells me that my ability to explain complex topics in a simple way is extremely effective. And I have noticed that through my entire life. I used to be a biology tutor. I used to be a science tutor. I used to be an anatomy tutor. I used to do all of this in pre-med. All of this. I was a tutor for these subjects. And I was the head of a research lab, an exercise physiology research lab. I was in charge of that. And the reason why is because I have a skill of making complicated topics easy to communicate to a wide amount of people. And that has now blossomed into this career, into this path, into this purpose very well. And I love it because it definitely comes easy to me. It comes easy to me to be able to read really nitty-gritty science shit and then talk to you guys in this way to where you fully understand what I'm saying. But if you heard it directly from the anatomy textbook, or if you heard it directly from the peer-reviewed study, who knows if that's going to translate to you very well. Probably not. Which is why I'm happy to bridge the gap. I'm very happy to bridge the gap. I had someone also comment recently that made me laugh, and I actually screenshotted it. She was like, I absolutely adore how you use science words and cuss words in the same paragraph or sentence. And yeah, because like I'm a human. I'm definitely, I'm a practitioner, right? However, I'm a human. I relate to you guys on this level. Like, the verbiage that we use here is extremely casual, so you don't feel like you're listening to a lecture. Because I know all you guys easily can embody the knowledge and understand the knowledge the way that I'm speaking, because I purposely talk this way so it sounds easy on your ears, so it's nice on your brain, so it sinks into your system, so you fully understand it, so you're able to be like, okay, that's the connection. Because I was sitting up here talking about like, oh my gosh, the pancreas secretes sodium bicarb to neutralize, I guess you guys would probably understand this. The pancreas secretes sodium bicarb, and the body uses lipase and amylase and ptyalin. And like, if I'm using all of these terms back to back to back to back to back to back within one sentence, it's just like way too much shit for you guys to grasp onto the actual method, the actual information. All of those like fancy science terms when I could just use the word digestive enzyme, or even just enzyme, or even just like your body's natural process. Like there's no reason for me to be spitting off this and that and the other thing, because it takes away from your ability to comprehend the information. And I'm not digging at you at all by saying that. I'm saying this because I would only understand it because of the background that I have. I would only understand it because I had 4 years of pre-med. I would only understand it because I've been reading science since my brain started developing. Think about that. 18 years old, even less than that, 16 years old, I start an anatomy class, right? For a decade now, I'm reading only science, thinking that that's my only path I want to go down, thinking I want to be pre-med, I want to be doctor, I want to be physician assistant, I want to be nurse. I've been embodying that every second of my study for a decade, right? That's the only reason I understand it. So I'm happy to make it simple. I'm happy to make it simple. Love stuck by your content. I love that. Thank y'all so much for listening. That was my rant right now. That was my rant. I feel like I was flexing a little bit. I feel like I have a little I have a little thing where I'm like, oh, you always have to be humble. It's like, yes, I'm being humble, but I definitely know that I communicate effectively. That's all. That's all. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening. Thank you for appreciating. Thank you for understanding. We have an amazing question in the chat box. What is an herbal tea you recommend to start with? Amazing question. Herbal tea that I will always recommend to start with is a high mineral herbal tea. A high mineral herbal tea can include oat straw, alfalfa, red raspberry leaf. Those three I love. Those three. Oat straw, alfalfa, and red raspberry leaf. Buy those herbs as loose leaf dried herbs, put them together equal parts in a mason jar. You can fill up a mason jar with like alfalfa, then your oat straw, then your raspberry leaf, equal parts, shake it all together, and you have a tea blend. Now, I can't promise you that will taste the best. The red raspberry tastes okay. However, if you want it to taste good, add some hibiscus, add some lemon balm, add some rose. These things are going to make your tea taste good. But start with a high mineral herbal tea because we all are lacking minerals. We all are lacking minerals, and the fact that you're taking it as a tea is going to help absorption actually increase because you're not needing to break down anything in the digestive process. Herbs are extremely high in minerals, extremely dense in minerals. And the fact that it's a tea improves your absorption no matter what, because you don't have to break down a food and try to break it down to the lowest level to then get the small intestine to absorb it. Liquids are absorbed much more easily by the body. Ouch, my earring is like poking me right now. Okay. How do I treat yeast infections in 4-year-olds? Okay. So a yeast infection in a 4-year-old means that their gut is incredibly off. Their gut is very, very off. If you use antibiotics, which they're going to give you, if you use antibiotics to treat the yeast infection in the 4-year-old, you will destroy their gut even further. The only reason why anyone would have yeast or candida or thrush, which is yeast on their tongue, or athlete's foot, which is a type of fungus, or fungal acne, which is like usually a lot of tiny, tiny, tiny little dots kind of appearing on your forehead. If you have any of these signs of fungus in the body, taking antibiotics for that yeast or that candida or that fungus is going to destroy your gut further. All of that, any fungus is rooted in the gut. Any fungus is rooted in the gut. How about sea moss? I love sea moss. I love sea moss. I do take sea moss every day. Actually, I would say actively during a detox process, I would take sea moss every day to maintain my minerals there. And then otherwise, if I'm just like chilling in normal life, I take sea moss whenever I remember. It's definitely multiple times a week, like 4 times a week probably. That's kind of how I would take it in a long term. Great questions, everybody. Oat straw, alfalfa, red raspberry leaf tea for minerals. Amazing. Can you give sea moss to kids? Good question. Yes, I would do it in a smaller dose though. I would test and see how your kiddo is going to do with that. I also don't know how young your kid is. So that's also a factor. I don't know how young your kid is, but generally, the only thing with sea moss, it has iodine. So if you have sea moss in excess, it can start to affect the thyroid. In excess though. You know what I'm saying? In excess. So if sea moss is not in excess, it is incredibly, incredibly nourishing for minerals when it's taken not in excess. Yes, sacred frequency. I love that you asked that question as soon as I'm speaking about it. I know that the live has a little bit of delay, so I know that question popped up the second I started talking about it. Amazing questions, y'all. Is it good to mix herbs like dandelion and burdock root? Will one be too powerful and affect absorption? No, I wouldn't say that. You can totally mix root herbs together. I would say mixing root herbs together and then mixing leaf herbs together is the best way to do it. So when you have burdock root, dandelion root, you make those types of teas differently than you make leaf teas. For example, you put the root herbs in a pot and you simmer them in the pot themselves, okay? You simmer them in the pot themselves, and then that's how you make the root tea. Versus a leaf tea, you don't want to boil or simmer water with the leaf tea or the flowers right in the water. You pour boiling water over your flowers or your leaves. Versus the roots, you can simmer all together. So yes, you can mix herbs. That's fine. You might as well kill 10 birds with one stone by combining herbs like that. That is perfectly fine. Y'all got great questions today. I feel like we're talking a lot about herbs today. That's fun. I would say though, I definitely am not an herbal expert. I am not an herbalist. Haley's a master herbalist, which is once another reason why we're working together and taking on clients for the first time since January, right? So that's amazing. I'm definitely not a master herbalist. I know herbs for detox. I know herbs for nourishment. I wouldn't say like, I mean, I guess, like, I definitely feel confident in taking herbal teas and tinctures, right? I would just not call myself a master herbalist. That's all I'll say. I'm not a master herbalist. I don't know everything there possibly is about herbs. I know herbs within my scope for what I need them for and what I use them for. I don't know everything about herbs, though. Not even close. Maybe that will be what I do in a second life, you know? Like in years from now. Maybe I'll dive into like adding herbalist life on top of this, you know? But I'll totally pass off the herbal making, herbal tincture making, herbal capsule formulations. All those can be passed off to the master herbalist. Which is why we also have an in-house herbalist who's making formulas for me and Haley's clients, making custom blends included in your program. We love that energy. Herbs are included. I think it's the only program where herbs are actually included. Someone's phone number's in here? Interesting. I be blocking people left and right, y'all. When people don't show up with good energy, they are blocked. Thank you for your knowledge. Awesome. Homemade nut milks, okay. Yeah, if you have herpes, don't do almond milk. I wouldn't do walnut milk. Walnuts are supposedly moldy. If you don't have herpes, homemade nut milks are cool. Almond milk is fine. Cashew milk is a vibe. I prefer seed milks over nut milks personally. I prefer a hemp seed milk or a sesame seed milk. I definitely prefer a seed milk over a nut milk. Yes. Okay, good questions. Great questions. Let's see what else we got here. Do you know what herbs shrink polycystic kidney disease? So polycystic kidney disease or polycystic ovarian syndrome or polycystic anything or fibrocystic breasts or swollen lymph nodes or swollen tonsils, or cysts anywhere in the body. The reason why I'm stringing all these together is because they are all the exact same root cause. These are all the exact same root cause. Doctors will make you think your shit is incredibly complicated by putting a fancy diagnosis name. Polycystic kidney disease means you have cysts that manifested on your kidneys. The fact that you have cysts means that your lymphatic system is completely backed up with waste and your body is encapsulating waste in tissue and forming a cyst. That's all that is. In your case, it's manifesting on your kidneys. In a woman's case, it may be manifesting on their ovaries or in their breasts. On someone, it might be manifesting in the colon. It might be manifesting on the prostate. It might be manifesting anywhere. Cysts can happen anywhere. Polycystic kidney disease is a fancy name for cysts that are manifesting on your kidneys. The root cause of the issue is an accumulation of waste in the lymphatic system, which is the same root cause of the problem for any single cyst that can end up anywhere in the body, or swollen lymph nodes as well. Swollen lymph nodes is like a pre-cyst. A swollen lymph node is a pre-cyst. All of this is the same root cause of accumulation of waste in the lymphatic system. So in order to shrink cysts, you have to clear out the lymph. Boom. That is a root cause that a doctor will never explain to you. Foods to avoid if you have eczema or psoriasis. Eczema or psoriasis is also a root cause of lymphatic waste accumulated in the system. Lymphatic waste accumulated in the system. What's the quickest way to detox the lymph then? Your 7-day? You can get the 7-day. Get the 7-day and go through it. But I'm telling you how to focus on the body as a whole. You have to focus on the body as a whole. The question of what's the quickest way to detox the lymph? You have to go through a full detox protocol is the quickest way. A full 4-month protocol, 16 weeks at the deepest level. That's the fastest way. But I'm giving you everything that you possibly need to get your body prepared for that. And sure, some of the treatment practices stay the same. Some of the diet practices stay the same. But at the deepest level, that's the quickest way. To go through the deepest level as long as you can go, that's the quickest way. You're never going to clean out the lymph by going half into things. You're never going to clean out the lymph by half opening your elimination pathway. So foods to avoid if you have eczema, psoriasis, this is the same root cause as cysts, accumulation of waste in the lymphatic system. It's all the same issue. And it's secondarily related to the liver as well because the liver is responsible for processing anything that comes into the body and then it spits it into the lymph. So it's like that connection is like very related. Accumulation of waste in the lymphatic system and liver is overburdened or manifesting on the skin. The kidneys are not filtering waste the right way. The skin acts as the third kidney. You have waste trying to come out the skin. You have a sludgy lymphatic system underneath the skin. The lymphatic fluid is a clear fluid that lives underneath your skin. It flows everywhere around the body underneath your skin. And when your kidneys are not filtering waste properly, that lymphatic fluid tries to come out the skin. When the lymphatic fluid tries to come out the skin and purge out the skin, it can manifest as anything under the sun: rashes, hives, acne, eczema, psoriasis. Wow. I feel like I didn't even breathe in that sentence. Wow, wow, wow. So foods to avoid if you have eczema, psoriasis: any food that's going to bog down the lymphatic system or change the pH of the lymphatic system to an acidosis state of the body. When the lymphatic system is in an acidosis state of the body, that is when you have these symptoms manifest. Cysts, eczema, psoriasis, acne, tumors, anything under the sun is when the lymphatic system has teetered to be slightly too acidic, a state of acidosis. The foods to avoid during that are the big 7. I think I talked about this one of my lives: sugar, salt, dairy, gluten, soy, coffee. There's a couple more I don't remember off the top of my head right now. Eggs. There's one more that I don't remember right in this moment, but I have a live where we had that. I cured my eczema with some simple supplements, detoxing, and quality fermented cod oil liver and low-carb, high-animal food diet, though. Amazing. And do you know why you were able to cure that? Because you got yourself off of acidic processed food. You got yourself off of, if you really were, you healed your gut with some fermented food, cool. You are on low carb, which sounds like vegetables, so you're off of grains, which contribute to any sort of condition like that. And you have high quality animals, I bet. Hopefully. I would say though, with that, have you ever parasite cleansed is the next thing that I'll say. Do you have any other symptoms left in your body? Do you have other imbalances that you feel are manifesting? And really, the big one is when people heal successfully off of animal stuff, it's because they are off of processed food. They're off of junk, which is really the common theme. Like, sure we have the like plant-based people and we have like carnivore people, right? So we have those two sides. But the common theme between both of those sides, carnivore people still tell you to come off of oils, seed oils, processed foods, high sugars, candies, junk. They will say that same exact thing, and plant-based people will say that same exact thing. The truth lies in the commonalities. Personally, I do not resonate with consuming and healing off animal foods because there is karmic energy in that. Though that is a dead animal. There is karmic energy in that. There are hormones that fluctuate in the animal before they die. There are these cortisol, there are these fight or flight. There's an energetic component to that stuff. I personally don't resonate with healing that way. I personally don't resonate with consuming animal products often, a lot, in abundance. I don't resonate with that. And I feel great right now. I feel okay. Sure, there are some signs where my body's like depleting when I'm not on top of my food all the time, but that's because plants are grown in depleted soil. Plants are grown in depleted soil. And if I have to make like that extra effort to be on top of my mineral consumption in order to like mitigate karmic energies of needing meat every day, then that's where I'm at right now. But like I said earlier, I don't claim the term vegan because I'm not going to say that I'm never going to eat meat ever again. I'm not going to say that. You know, I don't know. I'm too young to know that. So I don't claim that word vegan. Would you recommend mold toxicity tests? We got a lot of mold in the house. If you have a lot of mold in the house, then the toxicity test is going to tell you that you have mold in your house. That's all that's going to do. If you know you have mold in your house, you should detox off mold. You already know the answer. You don't need a test to tell you that. I barely do testing. I barely do any testing for that shit. I'll cleanse parasites no matter what without parasite testing, because half the time people parasite test and do stool tests, right? You do a stool test. Nothing is going to come out in your stool when it's actively living in your body and latched onto your gut lining. Parasites latch onto your gut lining and live in your systems. And when you do a stool test, that assumes that the parasites are actually eliminating out of your body. But your body is not actively eliminating parasites unless you are actively eliminating parasites. And you would know if you are doing parasite cleansing. You would absolutely know if you were doing parasite cleansing. So testing like that, why? Why? You already know the answer. Why do you need extra testing like that? Spend extra money on what? You already know. It can be more intuitive than just testing, y'all. It can be more intuitive than using testing. Where can I access your programs? So I have a 16-week full detox program that requires an application to get into. I take clients to work one-on-one and go through a detox program. Me and my teacher, mentor Haley, work together and offer 2 practitioners per every case. We work together with every single person. You have a 2-on-1 detox protocol. 2-on-1 detox protocol. So that's the full offering. Other than that, you have content, you have links in my bio. You can get everything in my bio if you want it. All the content I put out there, all of this is out here for you. Do you do muscle testing? So I don't really work with anybody in person. I believe that muscle testing is the most effective when you are able to do that on someone in person. You are actively working with that person's energetic field. I would not say that I'm an energy worker. So muscle testing, I definitely know how to muscle test myself. I definitely know the basics of muscle testing somebody else. I would say that in my next level, I would love to do nutrition response testing and study herbs, like herbalism. Those are like the 2 things that I would like. But my business and my practice and working with people right now is very not in person. So I don't feel the need to embark on those yet. But I do anticipate. I do anticipate. Hi, Haley. Everybody, this is Haley. This is my teacher or mentor that I've been talking about. We are taking on clients for the first time since January in full detox protocols together. We have 2 of us on 1 case. She has been doing this for 14 years as a natural physician. If I haven't seen something, she has definitely seen something, which is why we are working together, combining forces, bringing double the power to your 1 case condition person. That is exactly what we wanted to provide. Give you additional support, give you extra confidence in being able to communicate with 2 practitioners through 1 protocol, taking you through the deepest level of healing. That is exactly what we wanted to do here. And it's fun. I love that dynamic. I adore that dynamic. It's the best dynamic possible to have. I just said that because Haley just joined, but that's Haley. If you guys want to follow her, that's Haley. Iridology with Haley. Go for it. Haley, I've been talking about you all live. Multiple times. As I'm answering questions. Multiple times have said your name. What does detox take 4 months? What's the process? I have no idea what you're going through. I have no idea your symptoms, no idea your conditions, no idea anything. So I cannot create a custom process for you as I'm speaking on live right now. However, the reason why it's 4 months long is because that's a good time frame where you can drop into the deepest level and start to come out of it and build back up again. And the body is able to heal a lot. Technically, you can do longer than that. Like me, in my case, I've detoxed several times within a 1.5-year time frame. I definitely know what I'm doing and I can do it on myself that way. But usually like 3-4 months is where people like mentally tap out and want to kind of start to nourish and build their body back up before they go into a cleansing process again, which may happen once a year, or a smaller cleansing process once every season, something like that. There are many different ways to maintain health, and you are able to learn that within the 4 month. The program name is called the Healing Blueprint. I do require people to apply into that program. We definitely want to make sure this is the best fit for you, want to make sure you're committed to this, want to make sure that we get you everything you need and all your questions answered. So it's called the Healing Blueprint. You're able to DM me and we can chat a little bit about what you require. And then I can send over an application form for you to apply if you want to become a client. And this is a nutritive cleanse. I love the word nutritive cleanse because we are truly nourishing your body while cleansing at the same time. Like, the goal of this is not to deplete you down to nothing. That is not what's happening. You are restoring glands, organs, mineral content as you're flushing out all the systems of the body at the same time. It's like this duality is so beautiful and existing in harmony simultaneously to take you through a process. Nutritive cleanse. Love that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Y'all are having good questions today. Does having low iron mean you need to detox and increase minerals? I think you answered that question yourself, my friend. Bye, Haley. Love you so much. Y'all, that's Haley. If you want to join the Healing Blueprint, this is our program. This is how we're taking on clients together, taking you through full protocols. Like, feel free. DM one of us and we can send you over an application form, chat through whatever you're looking for, you know, get a good vibe, make sure it's a good fit, make sure feel like the time is right. We're here for you. We are absolutely here for you. So, yes, question was, does having low iron mean you need to detox and increase minerals? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you need to restore absorption. Nourishing cleanse, right? Isn't that term so nice? Nourishing cleanse. Remember when I told you that there are phases? There's a cleansing and detox, and there's nourishing and building. Imagine being able to do both of those simultaneously. I wouldn't say you are 100% building, right? But you are nourishing while cleansing. It's like a nice, imagine being able to do these simultaneously so you don't deplete yourself down. I love that energy. I love that energy so much. Well, I think I might hop off live now. I am doing so much recording for the Detox Circle. I have a current Facebook community with the Detox Circle, but we're moving platforms to a new community where there's actual video courses, modules, access to group sessions, a whole community feed. There's a lot happening in the new community that Facebook is not letting me do. Like, I can't go live directly in Facebook. I can't post video courses directly to Facebook. This new community is amazing. I absolutely adore it. Are there supplements you need to take with your program? Herbs are included in your program. We ship out from our in-house herbalist. There are some additional supplementation that you require in order to get mineral content in your body. This is a good protocol for those who know the benefits of fasting but do not know much about building oneself back up. Amazing. Amazing. Oh dear, not enough characters in this comment allowed to properly respond, but cool response. I'm still high animal, low plant, kept improving my health. Peace out. I'm so happy you found what worked for you. Amazing. I love the mutual respect. Piggybacking on nourishing cleansing. Does water matter? Distilled versus spring water. What's your opinion? I say spring water is the best. Spring water is the best across the board. Distilled water, though, technically, guys, the deal with distilled water, if you're consuming enough minerals on a daily basis in your normal diet, you don't need to add minerals back into your distilled water. But I learned my lesson the hard way, and I low-key have a PTSD type trauma after this instance. But when I started drinking distilled water, it was at the same time where my body, I just wasn't motivated to cook a lot. I wasn't motivated to be on top of meal prepping. I let myself get hungry a lot. I really just was not consuming the volume of food that I needed to be, and wasn't consuming my high mineral components in addition to that. So drinking distilled water in combination with a diet that's not high in volume and high in minerals, you will see the effects of it, because where are you getting minerals then? You're not getting enough because the distilled water doesn't have minerals back in. So now I add minerals back into my distilled water no matter what. I add trace minerals into my distilled water no matter what now. It's not going to harm me, but I just have my low-key low PTSD after that, because my teeth started to show very clearly that I wasn't getting enough minerals, because minerals pull from the teeth. Your body pulls from the teeth when you're not consuming enough minerals. But when I am consuming enough minerals, the teeth heal, of course, but you just have to see the signs of depletion and pay attention to the signs of depletion. I use ionic elements. Sorry, my phone is on 20% battery. I use ionic elements by Purium. These are trace minerals to add back into your water if it's distilled, purified, or filtered. All of these are lacking in minerals. The only water that truly has naturally occurring minerals in it is spring water, and I would say high quality spring water, not a Poland spring water, which is in a plastic bottle. But I use ionic elements by Purium. I shop Purium.com. Code DetoxTori gets you $50 off 75 or more. You might as well get all your minerals together. I tell people all the time, grab spirulina, grab ionic elements, grab wheatgrass. Like, there you go. Those are your three. Add the spirulina and wheatgrass into your smoothies. Add the ionic elements into your water. Boom. That's exactly where to start, y'all. That's exactly where to start. Now, I will say, wheatgrass is very powerful for people. So I would start the wheatgrass dosing small and see how you feel. Spirulina, you can get away with the normal serving size on that. That's like nature's multivitamin. But wheatgrass is very, very, very potent. Okay? At the Ann Wigmore retreat, which I studied at, they are only having us we're putting wheatgrass in every hole of our body. We're doing wheatgrass enemas. You can do wheatgrass douching. You can do wheatgrass eye drops, wheatgrass ear drops, wheatgrass nose flushing. You're drinking wheatgrass. Like, wheatgrass in every fucking hole. You know? It was insane. What about tap water if that's all you drink? I would get off of tap water. Tap water is very toxic with heavy metals in the body. Heavy metals, chemicals, and pathogens in the body. If you can get yourself off of tap water, I would. Immediately, actually. Ionic elements instead of CMOS, ? Or both. Both. Ionic elements, trace minerals, they do different things. I consume all of this. I wouldn't say, like, on a detox, I might do all of that daily, but like in normal life, I might do like one day and then CMOS another day. And then, well, in my water, no matter what, if it's distilled, I put a little bit of minerals in it, no matter what. But yeah. Is tap water safe to use for cooking? No, no. Nope. Ionic elements by Purium. Yes. I shop Purium.com. Code is DetoxTori for $50 off 75. If you want to spend 75 to get the $50 off, I would start with the big three, which is ionic elements, spirulina, and wheatgrass. I would dose wheatgrass much smaller. Wheatgrass is potent. Okay? Wheatgrass is very potent. Dose it small. I'm just saving y'all the trouble. I don't want you to feel like shit on this stuff because it's potent. This stuff is earth medicine. Earth medicine. Plant medicine. Biofruit gives me a headache. Yeah, because it's super astringent. Fruit is super astringent and starts to move the lymph around. What's happening is your body's not eliminating enough for how much the fruit especially is doing for you. Kidneys aren't filtering, colon may not be filtering. These things really start to help the body. What foods should you consume if you're low in iron? Spirulina, red raspberry leaf tea. High iron herbs. Spirulina has iron. Greens. What do big doses do? Big doses are potent. That's all I'm going to say. You can feel the effects of big doses of wheatgrass, especially if your body's not used to it. I don't know how symptoms would manifest in your body. I don't know how. But for me, wheatgrass, one time, let me tell you 2 instances. One time, I had wheatgrass at nighttime, like probably at 9 o'clock. I could not sleep, and I could not sleep at all. I was buzzed. I was like zinging at nighttime. That's the word I use. Like zinging, vibrating. My cells were vibrating. I could not sleep at all when I had wheatgrass at night. Can a 1-year-old have red raspberry tea? Why are you giving the 1-year-old tea? Yes, kids can have tea. Children can have tea, definitely. But, just the tea, not the tinctures. You can cleanse kids with herbal protocols, yes. However, it's different than adults. Recommending things to kids is different than adults. Yes, kids can have tea, absolutely. Kids can have tea. However, herbal protocols in the form of tinctures and stuff, you need to be a little more particular. Their bodies are smaller. The dosing changes. But yes, kids can have tea. Okay, great questions, y'all. This is a good live today. I think I'm gonna go. I think so. Oh yeah, pediatrician told me he has low iron. Yeah, high iron foods, good. So high iron foods, are you using fake foods that are fortified with high iron, or are you using greens? Greens, incredibly high in iron, but yes, tea is fine for the kiddo. Okay. This was good. I was just on an hour, y'all. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday. I still have not finished this smoothie, so I've been recording what I'm eating. I'm going to finish up this smoothie probably by 5 o'clock, and then you'll see what I have for dinner on my stories, and that's a whole day of consuming. I would say, for me, I definitely eat a little bit later than people should. I eat a little bit later. I'll probably have 2 more meals before I go to sleep today. And probably a snack in between, maybe. But I'm recording what I'm eating today. So, super happy to join. Are super happy to speak. Love that you guys joined. Hi, Izzy. Hey, girl. Thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry I didn't hit you up when I was home. I could not get out there again. It just was not happening. It was not happening. So yeah, have an amazing night, y'all. Thanks for watching. If you are ready to embark on a healing journey, hit me up in the DMs. We can chat about going through a protocol for you. And this is the first time we're taking clients since January. I've had to say no to everybody since January. So this is the first time. I would get on it now, if you feel like the time is right. So have an amazing day, and we will chat soon.